Hello and welcome to the Book Monster. Today I am going to review Raising Ryland by Hilary Whittington. This book is a true story. It is about Hilary and her son, or her husband Jeff's daughter, who was actually a boy born in a girl's body, and their experiences helping her transition to him. When Ryland was born, he was deaf. For a while, it took them a long time to figure out what was wrong with Ryland, but eventually he was fitted with cochlear implants and he began to hear. Almost as soon as he began to hear, he started stating that, or she started stating that he was a boy. There were several different occasions that really drove it home for his mother. One day, they were playing on the internet, a game where you had to create a character, and she was helping Ryland, and it asked if you were a boy or a girl, and she clicked girl because Ryland was a girl, and Ryland screamed at the top of her lungs, "I'm a boy, I'm not a girl!" And as time went on, Ryland became more and more miserable and more depressed. So they went to a gender specialist and reviewed Ryland, and the gender specialist said that Ryland was one of the most severe cases of gender dysphoria in a child that young that they had ever seen. So luckily they were very open-minded parents, and they started letting Ryland transition. First, they started letting Ryland dress as a girl or as a boy at home, but made her dress like a girl at school. The next school session, they approached the teachers before the year started and said that Ryland was going to start dressing as a boy now. And very luckily, all the teachers supported too. I'm very happy that in this book, these people experienced almost no drama or shame or hate towards them. They are from Southern California, where they're more open-minded. If something like this happened, say maybe in Idaho or Mississippi or something like that, they probably wouldn't have had the same amount of love. They also have a daughter named Brinley, who is not transgender. She is cisgender, and she is also very protective of Ryland, and as they get older, she becomes his protector almost from school bullies. That is one of the problems that they do face. It was a very interesting book to see through a parent's eyes what it's like to go through when your young child is transgender. I suggest this book for all kinds of different people. People who themselves are transgender or feel they are transgender. People who have children who are expressing they feel transgender. And even people who disagree with children transitioning at a young age. Because this book is going to drive home how important it is to let these children live the way they want to live. You know, these children can become suicidal, these children become depressed, not wanting to go to school, not wanting to leave the house, self-abuse, things like that. Nobody in this book, or am I suggesting that a child that young, when Ryland first started dressing as a boy, he was 5, although he had been expressing it since about age 3. Nobody is suggesting that children that young should go on hormones. Hormones is something that should be approached just before puberty, so that puberty blockers, so that you can stop puberty for a few years to make sure that the child is 100% sure that they are transgender and that they want to go through with it. But it's just an amazing book. It's very well written. You have a lot of sympathy for every single person in the book, and you applaud the parents time and time again for being so helpful. One part that makes me very sad is the mother has a lot of guilt because she didn't realize at first that Ryland was deaf, and Ryland went a while being deaf without her knowing what was wrong. And eventually, when Ryland got the cochlear implants, Ryan was a lot happier, but then became very depressed because he was trapped in a girl's body. A lot of guilt came from that, from the mother, and that had a lot to do with why she was so adamant about helping her child to transition, letting her child dress the way that she wanted to, letting her child behave the way she wanted to. In reading this book, there's no doubt about the fact that transgender people really do exist. It's not made up, it's not fake, and when you read this book, you'll understand that. You'll understand what people who are transgender go through. I myself am cisgender. I have some transgender friends, some who have not transitioned yet, some who have not even come out yet. But, there's no doubt in my mind that it is real. I don't want to get too far off the book and talking about transgender, but they go hand in hand. Just the story is very well told, and it really gives you a lot of sympathy towards Ryland. And Ryland is just the cutest, most adorable child. Precocious, funny, and, it breaks your heart to think if Ryland's parents had been closed-minded, what would have happened to Ryland? Would Ryland have shut down? Would Ryland have lost that cute, precocious, funny personality and become withdrawn and, suicidal and self-harming? More than likely, probably yes. The statistics show that. I very much suggest reading the book. I like autobiographies or true stories, and this is a very, very good one. I got through this book in one day. I'm a very fast reader, and I am a person who will sit and read for hours and hours if I really, really like the book. And that's what I did with this book. It was amazing. I don't really know what else to say about the book because, it's basically just a story about what the family went through. Hold on just one moment. I'm kind of looking at my notes, but I lost them. So I would suggest picking up Raising Ryland, no matter what your views on transgender people are, because it will open your eyes. If you believe that transgender people exist and deserve as many rights as everybody else, this book will inspire you. It will make you feel wonderful that this child had parents who helped her or him before the distress got bad. If you are a person who thinks that transgender people are not real, or that it's a mental illness, or that they are disgusting, reading this book and understanding where a 5-year-old is coming from, where they're miserable, they're depressed, they're self-harming, they hate themselves. How anybody could say that a 5-year-old child who has feelings like that is disgusting is beyond me. I often hear, how on earth can a 5, 6, 7-year-old know that they're transgender? Well, when you were 3, 4, 5, and 6, did you know you were a girl or a boy? I did. I always knew I was a girl. When you were 4 or 5, when you were 8, 9, 10, did you know that you were straight? I know I did. I was never attracted to females, although transgender does not mean that you're gay or lesbian. A transgender person can be gay or straight. But, I really don't know what else to say about the book. It's just a wonderful book. I would suggest getting it. I got it on Amazon really cheap because I got it used. I think I got it for like $3. And, I'll show you. It's in amazing condition. You can't even tell that somebody else read it other than that sticker there. So head over to Amazon if you want to get this book, pick it up for cheap, and read it. So on the Book Monster, I always give monster paws. 1 out of 5. I give Racing Ryland 5 monster paws out of 5 monster paws. And it's hard to get 5 monster paws from me. Even though you've only seen 2 videos, I promise you, it's going to be hard to get 5 monster paws from me. So I suggest that you make comments down below. Any suggestions of what books you think I should review, any suggestions on how I can improve my channel, any of your views on transgender people. You know, I'm open. The only thing I ask is that you do not attack directly anybody who's transgender. Do not be hateful, do not call them names. If you disagree politely, and that is fine with me because I know everybody has a different point of view. But all I want is civil comments. Other than that, thank you for watching, and there will be another review either today or tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye!